Welcome to in 5 minutes. Now I'll write a program to generate following pattern with multiple characters. It's a triangular pattern with A on first line, then AB on second line, ABC on third line, and so on. So these characters are incrementing every time. On first line there is one character, second line 2 characters, third line 3 characters, and so on. Now any such kind of pattern is given with characters, then the basic pattern ideas will remain same. For example, if pattern is growing in size, we'll write first outer for loop with I variable that goes from I equal to 1 to I less than equal to n. That is, a first for loop will be incrementing for loop. Then if the pattern is left aligned, then we'll not write any spaces. But if the pattern has spaces on the left side, then we'll write loop for spaces. That, if you remember, it is commonly read as for j equal to 1 to j less than equal to n minus I, j plus plus print space. So it prints n minus I spaces. And then the main part that prints me the number of characters or number of numbers in incrementing or decrementing order. So then we'll write for loop which will print me multiple characters or multiple integers in incrementing or decrementing order. Now here in this case, firstly let's try and see how we can print multiple characters in incrementing order. For that, we'll define some integer I variable for looping. I'll define some char variable, let's say char ch, initialized to a, and I want to just generate output A, B, C, D, but with for loop. Now since I want to generate 4 values, I'll write a loop for 4 values, I equal to 1, I less than equal to 4, I plus plus, and then in curly brackets, I'll write a code like this. Let printf print a character ch, which is nothing but currently A, and then increment ch by 1. Now in this case, the for loop is just taking care that this part works 4 times. So what this part is doing, it prints character, increments character, prints character, increment character, and this goes for 4 times. Now let's say I was going to work, I is set to 1, character A is already set to A, loop starts working with I equal to 1, it prints A, then ch plus plus, ch increments to B, actually internally character A, which is 65, increments to 66, which is nothing but B. Again I plus plus occurs, I goes to 2, condition is true, it prints B, increments ch by 1 to C. I plus plus occurs, I becomes 3, condition is true, prints ch and increments ch. So it prints C and increment to D. Again I plus plus occurs, I becomes 4, condition is true, prints ch, prints C character and increments ch to E. But this time I becomes 5 and loop will stop. So like that we can print n number of characters by writing a loop of n where there will be common coding like this, ch initialized to some initial value and increment ch. Now suppose this was programmed to print PQRS. Simply write this as P and automatically this will first print P, increment to Q, again print Q, increment to R, print R, increment to S, and so on. This will keep working for multiple characters. So it can be any character we can print sequentially from one after other. Now here let's see this pattern that we are going to generate. It has first 1 characters, then 2 characters, then 3 characters, and 4 characters. It means this should be repeated for different number of characters. It is a typical question where we print for 1 numbers, then 2 numbers, then 3 numbers, and 4 numbers with spaces. So in this case, the logic would be somewhat like this. First we'll print n minus I spaces, then we'll print 1 character, then n minus 2 spaces, then 2 characters, then n minus 3 characters, then 3 characters, and so on. Now to generate this, we require one for loop. To generate these characters, we require this kind of for loop, which will work for multiple times. Again, this for loop will be going for I times, because when I is 1, will be 1 character printed. When line number 2, I is 2, there will be 2 characters printed. Line number 3, I is 3, 3 characters will be printed, and so on. Now obviously again it not required to explain that if we want to generate exactly opposite pattern where there will be 4 characters, then 3 characters, then 2 and 1, then in that case the main for loop, that is outer for loop, will be I going from n to I greater than equal to 1, I minus minus. So as I decrements, the pattern will be first 4 characters, then 3 characters, then 2 characters, then 1 character. Here in this case, I is growing, so 1 character, 2 characters, 3 characters, and 4 characters. That is how it is going to print.